I'm Tyler.
I'm Shorty.
I'm Ava.
I'm Miles.
I'm Kara.
Yo, this is Reno.
Hello, I'm Brandy.
They call me Pride Slayer.
I'm Bon Manuel.
And we are the Interradiate.
Podcast you're about to listen to has crude language, violence, and other things you probably shouldn't let your children listen to. Please enjoy.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
Drop what you're doing, swallow what you're chewing, because it ain't wet from sweat, and we ain't done yet. Welcome to Interradiate Podcast, where we just want to touch your insides, people. And when I say touch your insides, what just happened?
I don't know, but it's funny.
It's weird looking.
I think it's because it's condensing it all to where, like, everything's properly in the center, so now we gotta fucking, like, scroll down just to read it. So, like, you gotta read more.
Read up and down.
Yeah. Oh, this is what Chinese is like.
Oh, God. Anyways, yeah, welcome to the show where we are always having technical difficulties, apparently.
No technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Dude. Everything's working properly.
Technical curiosities.
There we go. Technical curiosities.
And here to guide you through this adventure in technical curiosities, I am your host, the big, the bald, the beautiful, the brash, the bumbling, and the oftentimes bastardly MC Tyler Havlin. And I talk slow and I walk slower because that's just how I roll.
And 2 claps and a dick fire.
Woo! That was horrible claps, but a great woo.
We get good with the woos.
That was like a you had been awake for hours woo.
My claps were like, you've been awake for the amount of time you've actually been awake.
Yes. And that was definitely a me sleeping over 12 hours woo. Dude, that was the greatest sleep I ever had. Ever. I can't believe I slept more than 12 hours, dude. That was wild.
I got a good fucking nap in yesterday, dude. Like, I was tired. I don't know, like, well, I know why. I only slept like fucking 2.5 hours Tuesday. But Wednesday, I went over and helped, was helping Knuckles out. He needed help moving some stuff. So I went over and helped him out. And fucking, he was like, oh, do you want to hang out? I said, I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of tired. So I'm going to take me a ye old nap. And I slept from 8 to fucking midnight. And my downstairs light was on. And I thought the sun was rising. And I freaked the fuck out. Like, oh, God, I slept through the night. And then it dawned on me who I am as a person, and I can't physically do that. So I checked my phone, and it's like, oh, it's 11:45. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah.
A 4-hour nap is righteous.
Dude.
It is a good nap.
That's a sleep, dude.
For you, yeah.
That's a fucking sleep.
Add another hour to it, that's a sleep for me.
I was pleased.
Hell yeah.
Pleased.
All right, well, you hear his voice because you realize we haven't even introed you yet. He looks like Jesus, and he sounds like Steve-O, and he'll save you if you let him, ladies. That's right, he ain't got a shirt on, and that's just for you. 2 claps and a dick fire for Lord Shorty Fresh in the flesh. Woo! They were both great that time. Oh,
I wish these mics could pick up how crisp that shit is.
I know. They do a little bit, but there is a little bit of pop in them when we do them.
Yeah.
But they are crisp, people, in case you didn't know. We're going to tell you.
Yeah.
So, like, I've been thinking a lot about lately, like, about shit I don't understand. And only one thing keeps popping in my mind. But I did get an explanation for it, so I kind of understand it now.
I don't want you over here. Go ahead.
As men, why do we even have nipples? It's always bothered me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wanted to know why. What's the purpose of me having nipples? You know? And I know you don't even want your nipples.
True.
I just want to read your nipples.
Weird, but all right.
But, yeah. But I did get the answer. I did. Because apparently, like, we all start out as female. And then somewhere while we're in our mother's front bums, like, we turn into men. So having nipples is a part of that.
Yeah.
So now we just have these useless patches of pink skin on our fucking chesticles.
Yes.
But that was weird to me. So it got explained to me. I can't remember who explained it. It was explained by 2 different people. I do know that. I think one of them was Mandy Stotler told me that. I can't remember who the other one is. I'd have to look. But what is something you don't understand?
Women.
Women. And that brings us to today's topic. Actually,
I thought the topic was just not understanding things.
it is. But
Okay.
in the spirit of giving and in the spirit of education,
Okay. It's not November yet, but in the spirit of giving and thanks.
well, you know, we like to give on a regular basis. We like to give each other a hard time. We like to give people a good
I like
laugh.
to give women a hard time.
I like it when women give me a hard time.
What'd I say?
All right. So, anyways, here we go. This is a list from Cosmopolitan. It's a list of 21 things men do that women don't understand. So
I can tell you one thing right off the rip.
and it'll probably be it.
Yeah.
But the purpose of today's episode is for you ladies. We want to help you understand what's going through our heads when these things happen.
Okay.
All right?
Let me understand. Like, maybe this will help me too, because sometimes I don't understand why I do the things I do. But let me hear it.
Well, we're the ones that are having to explain it. So if you don't understand it,
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let me hear it, Ty. Let me see where your head's at.
so we're either going to really educate the ladies today or we're going to really confuse ourselves and maybe we're not very good men, is what I'm hearing.
This is going to be a good time.
Oh, man. All right, here we go. The first one, you're not going to know this one, but you can like maybe connect it to some other things you do in life.
Sure.
But number 1 on this list is going to sporting events, especially when it is cold and or rainy out and you're just sitting in a stadium trying to flag a hot dog vendor down and freezing your dick off. So I know for me, the reason I like going to sporting events is, say, the Bengals, even though they're breaking my heart right now,
That's what I've heard from a lot of people.
tearing it into little pieces, but that's okay. I still love them. But for me, going to that game, like, from a young age, a bunch of men throwing a ball around has controlled my emotions for 3 to 4 months out of the year. You know what I'm saying? And it's
I
just-
know what you are saying. I cannot empathize.
And while I don't completely understand it, it is a big part of who I am. And I really enjoy it. To me, it's like a woman watching The Bachelor or something.
Murder documentaries.
I don't know. I do like me some murder docs.
Can't get into them.
I do. I thoroughly enjoy them sometimes. Making a Murderer on Netflix.
Never seen it.
Dude, that shit turned me into a detective. I thought I was a detective. I'm like looking for clues and shit. Like, oh, he couldn't have done it. Oh, he did it. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, like you feel connected to that team that you're watching and that team that you grew up evolving with, or, you know, when you're a Bengals fan, devolving with. Because, you know, that's what we do. We just stay the same or go backwards.
Sure.
But yeah, so that's that.
Nope. That eludes me.
Yeah.
That about men eludes me.
All right, but what is something that it doesn't matter what the fucking weather conditions are like or what the conditions of you going to see said thing is, what would you go and see? What would you go and do?
See, all the things that I can think of would take place inside.
Yeah, climate control is great.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like outside weather aside, like I can't think of anything that would make me like if it's fucking 10 degrees and I have free tickets to go to something, probably still not gonna go.
Because it's 10 degrees.
Yeah, like I mean, because everything I would do would get canceled. You know what I'm saying? And rescheduled. Like,
Okay.
oh, hey, like I've been to outside symphonies and orchestras that have performed outside and stuff like that, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And one got shut down and rescheduled because of thunderstorms. Cool.
Yeah, imagine playing a tuba and your fucking tuba get hit
Well,
by
most
lightning.
of the time they are covered, but due to safety concerns, we can't play.
Yeah, but that would you think that'd turn you into a superhero playing a tuba in a thunderstorm?
I don't know what your superpower would be other
Butt
than making,
blast.
huh? That's exactly
Tuba butt blast.
Yeah, but no, like, I mean, I have gone to concerts in the rain. That doesn't bother me. But if it's fucking cold out, buddy, you got me fucked up.
Fucked up.
The only thing I'm doing when it's cold out is fucking snowboarding.
And then you're dressed warm.
Exactly. But I'm not going to go to no fucking, like, I've been to 2 baseball games that I can recall. And one time it was kind of chilly, but all I had on was a fucking flannel and I was fine. The other one, it was the middle of the summer, and I met a handful of the Reds players and whatever the fucking other team was. I don't remember who.
It don't matter who the other team was. You got to meet the Reds players.
I snuck around to go smoke because there's no smoking in there. So I snuck and hid in a corner to smoke, and like 10 fucking Reds players come walking by and then started talking to me and shit.
Hell yeah.
They're like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" I was like, "Pretty good, man. How are you guys?" And we're sitting there talking, and like,
You probably didn't even know who they were, did you?
nope. I walked back and I was like, "Hey, I met that guy," and they're like, "What?" And my buddy who was with me, he's like, "Yeah, Shorty's sitting there talking to him like they're nobody." I'm like, "They are nobody to me."
Right. All right, the next one. So the first one, I may have helped you out a little bit. The second, Shorty, not so much because he don't do the sports ball.
I don't get it.
But the next one, I think
I'm gonna understand.
I think we could both help them out with this next one. Adjusting their balls in public. Are you just touching it to make sure it's still there?
No, it is. Sometimes it sticks to your leg, and just that sensation is very uncomfortable.
Extremely.
And you might sit down and you might realize that part of your nut is underneath your leg, and you're like, "Oh, gotta fix that shit."
Or sometimes they feel a little twisted or a little wrapped in your drillies.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Like when you got a big hole in your underwear and they start to fall out the hole.
Don't have that problem.
Oh. Well, you'll be happy to know my undies today don't have any holes.
That is pleasant to know, Ty.
It is. I've gone like 3 days and no holes in my
I will
underwear.
say my fucking ball pouch panties have resolved a lot of my issues about it.
Yeah, you've told me about them, man. I just feel like I would feel like I couldn't breathe in them. You know what I mean? Like I'd feel like my
It is revolutionary.
you know
how
you tie a string around something and it turns blue and it falls off. I'd be
That's not
afraid
the
that's
case.
I got big balls, bro.
Huh?
I got big balls.
it's an elastic strip, dog. Just like your underwear, it stretches with what you need.
Okay.
And it doesn't constrict them; it cradles them.
It cradles them.
Yes,
and
is that more reassuring? It cradles the balls.
it's like your balls get a nap in a hammock.
I'm telling you, dude, it is a game changer.
All right. I'm gonna look into them. I'm coming up on some money.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
But so yeah, like that's or like when we're walking, if you see us kick a leg out,
A ball stuck to my leg.
a ball is stuck to our leg. So that's what we're doing. So that is in lieu of us putting our hand in our pants, we're trying to get it off our leg with an awkward kick. So you know what we're doing there too. Like that's what we're doing. Yeah. Number 3 is I've kind of done this next one.
Okay.
I'd have to. All right. Make business deals at strip clubs.
No.
Now, I know you're not a big fan of strip clubs. I'm not a huge fan of strip
I've
clubs.
only been to a strip club once, maybe twice.
Now, while I've never done a business deal in a strip club, I used to do a business meeting every Sunday at Hooters.
Okay.
Back when I had On the List Entertainment, every Sunday we would meet at Hooters, and this was years ago. We would meet at Hooters every Sunday, and we would drink. But here's the thing. My cousin was the bartender there. So we would pay for 1 pitcher of beer, and we would just have pitchers of beer unlimited the whole night.
Sure.
So it was a financial decision. And then I got to know all the Hooters girls. So we were all homies. So
Yeah.
it was just a good time.
Yeah.
And I got to bring in people that, you know, were possibly going to work with us. And it made me look like a big deal because everybody knew me. When really I just spent way too much time at Hooters drinking.
Yeah.
So, never done business deal in a strip club. I didn't know that was like a super common thing. But apparently...
I imagine the Chinese like it.
Why the Chinese?
I don't know. Do you just see movies about Chinese guys in
The
suits?
Yakuza?
Sure.
The Yakuza's always in the strip club.
That's also Japanese.
Oh, my bad.
It's all right. You know, if we're going to culturally appropriate somebody, let's do it correctly.
Yeah. I'm sorry to Chinese and Japanese people right now. My
We
bad.
understand there's a difference. Maybe not what difference, but we understand there is.
I feel so when you
Man, we're going to get this canceled.
so to me, and I could be way off here. I could be way off. Like if you were to put a Japanese and a Chinese person next to each other to me, the way I would tell them apart.
Is their name?
Nope.
Oh.
I would view the Chinese person as a little pudgier with darker skin and a Japanese person having lighter skin and more slender. Am I way off on this? I feel like Chinese are just more fluffy than Japanese. And they have
because
darker
you
skin.
associate sumo with Chinese?
No. Sumo is Japanese anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to connect your dots, dog.
I just feel like that. I don't know. Don't cancel us. It's okay. I'm going to move on to the next one. Okay. But apparently, a list of 21 things women think we make a lot of deals at strip clubs. Number 4 is I didn't read this list ahead.
Oh, okay.
And I don't understand this next one either, being a man.
Okay.
Absurd methods of hiding hair loss. The come-over looks worse than if you just shaved it off.
You don't understand that one, Ty?
No, because
when you started to lose hair, did you just like
I didn't try and hide it.
You just fucking hardcore dedication, cut it all?
No, like I let it grow one time a little bit. And I'm thinking maybe it'll still look good if I grow hair. I wasn't trying to hide it. I was just trying to try one last thing to see if it looked okay.
Okay.
Because I could never do a comb over. Dude, those look awful.
You ought to do it one time.
I can't.
Oh,
because that would mean I have to grow my hair out again.
You wear baseball caps and beanies and shit enough.
Yeah, but then it's still like it.
You need to grow it long enough just so you can do the comb over at least once for Shorty.
Oh, God, you're going to make me do this.
At least once for Shorty.
I would have to take my hat off at some point and look at myself in the mirror.
Yeah.
Like, and it gets bad enough when I don't cut my hair for a week. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going on like...
grow for like 3.
I'm going on like 4 days right now, and it's already driving me nuts.
It's okay, Ty. I won't let you be beholden to it.
All right, here's the deal I'll make. If I can get out of the dating world in the next year, in the next 6 months, and find an actual girlfriend, and tell said girlfriend, hey, I'm gonna grow a comb over out for my homie, so you just have to deal with it for a little while, then we're good.
Okay.
But if I'm still trying to maybe impress somebody, I can't do it.
Okay. No, that's fine. I can respect that.
A comb over is a big dedication for me.
No, I get it. I get it.
So I'm siding with women on this one. I don't understand why we do it as men.
It's pride, I assume.
But it would look so much worse. You know what I'm saying? I
get it. I mean, I agree with you. It looks like shit, but that's why.
It just makes no sense. The rest of this list is not popping up right now because my phone is going so slow. So on that note, we're going to take a pause for the cause, pay the light bill, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
George Clooney and Brad Pitt's new movie, Wolves, is on Apple TV Plus September 27th.
That's where I want you to be now.
So if you want to see George Clooney and Brad Pitt, go to Apple TV Plus.
You got to start the story there.
Or if you want to see Brad Pitt and George Clooney, go to Apple TV Plus.
I am enjoying the show.
And if you want to see their new movie Wolves,
You can't do it? I'm going to help you out.
I can do it.
So do it.
definitely go to Apple TV Plus.
Admit it. It's cool. Okay, fine. It was very cool.
Wolves, streaming September 27th on Apple TV Plus. Rated R.
And we're back, continuing on the list of 21 things that women don't understand about men. I don't know that we're going to get through the whole list. And again, this list is from Cosmopolitan. We're on number 5 today, right now. You checking our audio?
Yeah.
On the
audio's good. Just making sure it shows up on my profiles.
All right. Here's number 5 on this list. Give each other dumbass nicknames. The silly name your bros gave you might seem fine when you're all hanging out, but I cannot, in good conscience, let someone who goes by J-Dog inside me, is what this person reads. Well, chances are you've let J-Dog inside you, and now you have a baby with J-Dog.
I think
Little J-Dog Jr. You think what?
I think a big thing is with nicknames, like, I don't know, it's intimate. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, in a very non-sexual way, it's, like, this is my homie, I'm trying to think of what like,
Cupcake.
I call him Cake.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't particularly like Cupcake, and I didn't give him that nickname. You know what I mean? And, like, it didn't divulge from a group of friends or anything like that, And hell, even my name, it started off as a nickname, and then just I adopted it.
And now it's your legal name.
Yeah. But coming up with nicknames for everybody, I don't know, man. It's just like, it's a unique memory typically that spawns it. Like, something that your homie did that is just like, nope, that is now going to resonate with this person.
Right.
And it then sticks with everybody. And everyone it's a happy memory that is associated with that nickname.
Yeah.
And that person. Like, that's all it is. And sometimes, like, I don't even call you Tyler half the time. I call you Ty.
Yeah.
And
I actually, so if I shorten your name for a nickname, that means I have accepted and with open arms invited you into my life that I'm going to say your name enough that I feel I need to shorten it because I'm going to say it a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I call you by your, like, a regular ass, boring ass name, like, say somebody's name was Jonathan and I called them Jonathan all the time, it just means I'm not going to embrace them into my life.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? But
Well, I mean, even then, like, I make the names longer. Like,
yeah, but then it's a thing of endearment.
sure.
Yeah,
like
so-
Otto, I call him Automitis.
Yeah, and that's like the other end of it. Like, either I'm making room for you,
Yeah.
or I'm going out of my way to call you something really fucking
And
cool.
on that topic, I call my buddy Denny.
Dende.
Dende, exactly right. I've called him Dende for years. They named him and his wife named their son Benjamin. Cool bean.
Bende?
I call him Bende.
Yes!
And the kid is like, I don't like that. I'm like, I don't care what you like. I'm calling you Bende. And everybody gives me shit for it. Like, you can't be saying that. Like, why? He doesn't like that name. Yeah, well, you know what? When I was 10, I didn't like being called Shorty either. Accept it, little motherfucker.
Right. Embrace it. Now
And
I
then
am the Lord Shorty.
Automitis' kid, his name is Leo. Leomitis. Like, that just works.
It does.
And nobody likes these nicknames. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like,
They're
that's
cool.
just not his name. I was like, you guys named your kids perfectly to accept, like, this is proper lineage for this name. And you guys are fucking it up by saying, no, Shorty, you can't call my kids that. I'm going to call your kids fuck nuggets here in a minute if you don't shut the fuck up.
They told you couldn't call them that?
Some have, yeah.
Oh, man.
Automitis hasn't. Automitis is like, yeah, sure, call him whatever you want. Now, the kid looks at me like I'm retarded, which is fine. I'm used to that look.
You're not allowed to call him Bende?
No, everybody gets upset with it.
Oh.
And I'm like, no, fuck you. Like, his name is goddamn Bende. No, his name is... You fucking shut up.
Oh.
Let me call your kid whatever the fuck I want. I'm gonna call him fucking retarded if you don't shut the hell up.
All right, number 6 on this list is act like babies when they're sick. They don't have to deal with continuing life as usual while suffering mind-numbing cramps, so a cold every 6 months feels like the end of the world. Yeah. I would wholeheartedly agree with this. We don't have periods. So I really feel like that's why women deal with illness better. I can wholeheartedly say that a woman deals with illness better than I deal with illness.
It gives us a reason to be cuddled and coddled.
Oh, you know it does. It
and
really
like
does.
that's why I did it. Like, I'm single. If I get sick, nobody coddles me. Nobody loves me. Shorty just sits here and is lonesome in fucking illness.
Yeah.
Like, that's how life goes. But when I have a girlfriend, like, she's here, like, all I want to do is fucking act like a big old bitch and cuddle up to her. Like, I think all dudes do that, but, like, they're so often fucking, like, they gotta play like, oh, I'm a man, I'm gonna do this or whatever. And then, like, all they really want is to be big old bitches and fucking cuddle up to their girlfriends.
Yeah, sometimes we gotta be the little spoon.
Yeah. So if they're sick, they have an excuse to do so. Yeah. I don't think it's actually like, oh, hey, I'm sick. This is, you know, like, it's the end of the fucking world. It's, no, I'm sick. Please take care of me. I want you to baby me because it'll bring me back to my adolescence and I trust you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Well, all right, I've been married before. So, like, I just lost the list. It dropped. But I have seen both of my ex-wives go through illness and take it like a fucking champ. Things that would put me on my ass, they're just like, I still got to do everything. You know what I mean? Like, they still got to work. I get sick, I ain't going to work. You know what I mean? And that's the bottom line. And I lost the list. So while I'm pulling it up, I don't know what we're going to do.
I can't think of anything that has knocked me off my ass to the point where I can't. Now, when I had blood poisoning.
Blood poisoning?
Yeah, so like it's basically like a heavy duty staph infection. Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah, I couldn't move without like actively getting sick. Like, I had a consistent headache, every part of my body hurt, and I could not move or else I would get sick.
How do you get blood poisoning?
It's basically staph infection that goes untreated.
Oh, man.
So, like, and the problem was I got staph infection and did not realize it until it was too late. So, like, because I didn't show any symptoms of it. I was just like, I was functioning, I was good. And then one night, it was like the middle of June or July. It's like 80 degrees out. And I tell my mom, like, I'm cold. And, like, we're in a car. There's no AC going. Like, the windows are down, but it's not cold out. And mom's like, what's wrong? And all of a sudden, I start sweating. Like, just fucking consistent. Mom's like, we're going to the hospital. So they go to the hospital, and they're like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, I don't know. He just started freaking out, saying he was cold as shit. And they were like, oh, okay. So then they admitted me, and turns out I had an aggressive form of staph infection. And they were like, you might die, boy.
How old were you again?
15.
Were you scared?
No.
No, you were just,
I was, when they admitted me, I was fading in and out of consciousness.
Holy fuck, dude.
Yeah. So, like, I don't remember a lot of it, but yeah.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm. I could have been dead.
You could have been dead, and I'm glad you didn't go dead.
The only saving grace is they, like, let me come home because there wasn't anything they could do. They gave me a fuck ton of antibiotics and a bunch of other shit. They got my my temperature down, which was one of their biggest concerns. Like, apparently I had, like, 102.9 or something like that. Yeah. And they had me on an ice bath. But then they find when my temperature broke down to like 101, or 102 or whatever, they were like, okay, go ahead home. Just check your fucking temperature consistently to make sure it's okay. My brother come over to the house, and he was like, how you feeling? Like, I was laid up on the couch out here, fucking just not moving. Like, I could not move. If I moved, I'd bust out into tears because it hurt so fucking bad and whatnot. But my brother come over, picked my ass up, carried me outside, and put a cigarette in my mouth. It was the only saving grace.
True. All right, here we go. So it's not the same list, but we're going to run with it.
Okay.
It's the same thing. So this one comes from a different girly magazine. His obsession with breasts. Every single woman has them, including your grandmother. You'd think by your mid-20s you'd be able to focus on women's faces. I can focus on a woman's face. I love women's faces. Mm-hmm. But you know what else I love?
Boobies.
Snoopy boobies. I love them. Can't get enough of them. And I don't even understand why I love them.
I understand why.
There's been this picture of boobs over here that I just keep looking at, right? They're not even big boobs. They're just boobs.
Oh, it's the bra that turns into a functional gas mask. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, that is dope. But
the reason we're fascinated with boobs is because we were breastfed as children. So that's the giver of life. So we've become just, it reminds us of our adolescent years, you know?
I can agree with that. But still, if you explain a breast, it doesn't sound that
It's
attractive.
a ball of fat on the front of it, body.
Yeah, it's just a ball of flesh with a nipple on it. But it has a nipple. If it has a nipple, you're supposed to put it in your mouth. Right?
You stay the fuck away from me.
Well, yours has Braille, and I want to read it.
Nope.
All right, here's the next one. When a woman says nothing is wrong, he actually believes it. By nothing, we actually mean everything, as in the sky is falling and you should seriously duck for cover.
So I disagree with every part of that just because I don't like the way it's presented.
I don't like the way that one's presented either, so we're going to move on to the next one.
It's, you know, like, this is a terrible idea. Like, you know, when you see all these, and I'm not trying to hate on women, so please don't misconstrue me. But, like, women say they're better communicators, but then say that shit.
Right.
Like, I don't need you to lie to me. If something's a problem, tell me something's the problem.
Yeah, what the problem is.
Exactly right. And if you're upset with me for any fucking reason, I need to know about it so I can cause and correct. I don't want to sit here and fucking be in the dark. I don't want to fucking listen to the vagueness of everything going on. Like, you need to tell me what the problem is. Oh, nothing's wrong. Bitch, I can see you're upset. Tell me why so we can move on to fix it.
Right, I agree with that. Especially when being in the dating world and being in the online dating world, almost every woman's profile says communication. Communication starts with you. Mm-hmm. And that's not me saying the woman. I'm saying that if I want you, shorty, mm-hmm. to communicate, to be a good communicator, mm-hmm. then the communication starts with me. Mm-hmm. I have to be willing and able to communicate, to be able to receive communication.
Yeah.
Right? Or else it just doesn't work.
Right.
Next up on the list is catcalling in general. When men scream, "Hey, baby."
Dude, fuck this list. Like, this bitch hates men for no fucking reason other than the fact... Never mind, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to get rude.
I don't know who wrote this one. The other list was good.
Yeah, the other list was all right.
But the other list just wasn't pulling up.
This is a man-hating bitch that wrote this. That's exactly what this is. Like, I hate men because they do these said things, and I'm salty because I don't get asked out a lot. That's what this is. That's what this list was written.
You say that, but then this one here is actually a good one. And we already covered this one, but the way she worded this one is very nice.
Okay.
Combing his hair to the side. You're not fooling anyone. Embrace your receding hairline. You're still sexy. I'll take that one because, you know, bald.
You're still sexy.
Yeah. This next one's kind of funny, though, because it is true. It might not be for you, but this is pretty true. How can he sink a 3-point shot on the basketball court, but somehow still miss the hamper when it comes to tossing in dirty clothes.
One's more important than the other.
One is clearly more important than the other. Have you ever gone to work and been like, yo, man, I was home last night, I was sitting next to the bed, and I fucking threw up the shirt, and it fucking sunk nothing but the bottom of the basket?
Now, see, hold on. Like, it's impressive if your friends have been to your home and have seen, like, the layout or whatever. Like, bro, I was sitting at my fucking kitchen table, and, like, I sunk it in my garbage can. Like, hell yeah, dude. Like, that's an impressive shot. You know what I'm saying?
My kid was right in my face, had their hands up right over them.
Yeah. Like, it's that shit, you know, like, it can be impressive, but, like, everybody's been on a basketball court, even me. Like,
We've played basketball together before.
Yeah. So, like, I understand what a 3-point shot is. Like, I know what that is. So, like, that's impressive. So, when you hit that, you're like, fuck yeah! But then, like, the hamper, you're just like, meh. Like, who cares?
Exactly. All right, and then we got another one about...
Men suck and I hate them.
No, about sporting events.
Yeah, we get it.
They'd rather play defensive ancients. I don't know what that is, so I'm going to skip it.
What?
Adjusting themselves in public. We've gone with that one. How a full-grown can... Here we go. Here's one. How a full-grown man can miss the toilet bowl.
Sometimes I'm sleepy.
I understand the frustration, but what I need from women is to understand...
Is this post-nut or pre-nut?
Either
pee?
one.
Well, a
Post-nut's much harder, yes.
Yeah.
But I need for women to understand our frustration on this, because it is not always a steady stream. Sometimes the stream fluctuates. And when the stream fluctuates, that means its landing zone fluctuates. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
And then at the end, tail end, when it starts to, when you're almost done peeing, it backs up and it backs up and the stream gets smaller. And as we try to adjust our bodies to compensate for that, it doesn't always work out the right way. Mm-hmm. And sometimes there's two streams.
Yeah, post-nut.
Yeah, well, I get two streams every once in a while, like, just for no good reason, but two streams, you know? So, yeah, I actually saw a TikTok or video or reel of this the other day where this lady was holding a hose between her legs and her husband had it knotted.
Oh, kinked up and was doing it? Yeah, I've seen that.
And he's like, all right, hit the bucket. And she couldn't hit the bucket the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, it sucks. Maybe as men, we could be better about cleaning up after ourselves, though. Mm-hmm. Because I will admit, I've got a little tinky tink on the ground before and just, like, didn't get it.
Now, this might just be me, but have you ever been so tired you're like, I don't even want to try to aim, so you just sit down and pee?
All right. Remember the exploding penis story?
You sit down to pee a lot.
No, I will not. I refuse to sit down and pee now, period. Oh. I won't pee while I'm pooping. I won't. I will hold my pee while I'm pooping, not pee, until I am done, finish, wipe, all that, flush, poop gone, and then I will pee. I refuse to pee sitting down.
Because you had to for so long?
Yeah. Oh. It's traumatizing.
Okay.
It's
all right, Ty.
It's PPPSD. PPPSD.
Okay, Ty. I'm sorry I brought it up, buddy.
You should be, but that's okay. The weird nicknames, the amount of time men spend in the bathroom.
It's a fucking moment of peace. Leave me alone.
Why men still think kegs are cool. I don't think kegs are cool.
Keg is in keg of beer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't think it is either.
I never thought it was cool.
Here's one that I can kind of get behind, even though they don't bother me. How squeamish men get about periods. Sometimes a woman can't even say the word without eliciting a nose-bunching facial reaction.
It's more of the description of what's going on.
Yes.
Like, I understand what a period is, and most of the time it's like, hold on, I'll be right back. Got to swap out tampon, pad, whatever. Like, okay, cool, beans, whatever. But it's when they go into, like, it's like us describing shitting.
Well, see,
You know what I'm saying?
Even the describing of it doesn't bother me, but I've grown up around women my entire life. I was raised in a house, all women. Mm-hmm. It was just me and a bunch of women. Mm-hmm. And then I've always had daughters. I've been married. Like I've always been surrounded by women. Now, if somebody was to say to me, I'm on my period, if my facial expression says I'm disgusted, it's not that I'm disgusted. I feel bad for you. It is a sympathy face. You know what I mean? Because I know that's got to suck. I don't know what it's like. You know, like, I don't just get cramps every fucking month and my body does weird shit every month. No, it's a sympathy thing. I'm trying to show you, ooh, that sucks. I'm sorry. It's that kind of thing.
I got you.
You know what
Sure.
I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't gross me out. You need help changing that bitch? I'll help you change that bitch even. I don't give a fuck. You want to put a towel down and have fun? We can put a towel down and have fun. I don't care if Aunt Flo's in town. Don't matter. Chick-fil-A ain't open on Sunday. We can be.
I told my ex-girlfriend, listen, just call me Moses because I'm parting the Red Sea.
I like it.
She's like, oh, no, we can't do it. I'm on my period. You forget. You can call me Moses. We about to do this shit.
All right, and we're going to end on this last
Little
one.
Ray never stop this, sailor.
Oh, high five. How some men absolutely hate shopping. Seriously, is it that awful?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I'm on a mission. When I'm at the grocery store buying food, something I thoroughly enjoy, I am on a mission. I am to get in, to get out, and be done with it. I don't fucking care. I don't like clothes shopping because I don't pay attention to what I wear half the time because I'm not wearing half the shit I buy. Like, I wear tank tops because they're the most comfortable thing that I got and I can work in them, and I'm wearing pants. I'm fucking, like, if I need socks, I'll buy them while I'm grocery shopping.
Here's my thing is I know how much money I have going in. Mm-hmm. I know what I'm going in for. I know what I can afford.
Yeah.
I don't want to look at a bunch of shit that I know I can't afford, or that I know I'm not going to buy. Mm-hmm. You know?
I'm
like
here for
that's me. Like I don't need that. If you want to go in and look at Target for fucking 3.5 hours, that's fine.
Yeah.
I
go
support
to town,
that.
honey.
I'll drop you off, or you can take your damn self.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can do something I enjoy while you're looking at all the shit that you're not going to get.
Yeah. That and like most men have the idea that I am dressing for functionality and comfortability, not cuteness.
Aesthetics.
Yes. Like we don't care. Like, sure. Like I care how a suit looks on me. I care how a button-up looks on me. That is the extent of which it goes. But when I'm at the store or whatever, and I'm like, ooh, look, neat T-shirt, find my size, throw it in basket, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, ooh, got to see if it fits right. Like, I understand, like, most women's clothing is more form-fitting,
right.
So they need to
and it's shaped differently.
Yes, and they need to try it on. I totally understand, and I can sympathize with the struggle, because if T-shirts were like that, I wouldn't own any.
Bro, you know what's awful? Is folding laundry. You know what's even worse? Folding women's laundry.
Why?
Because everything is shaped differently. It's all got weird cuts and fucking... like, it's just weird, man. Like, our shit, you can use fucking 3 pieces of cardboard and fold our shit. You ever seen somebody do that to a man's T-shirt? You can't do that with women's shit. Mm-hmm. So that's why we don't... yeah. I don't know, dude. I don't know why they make it like that.
I don't know.
That's fucking wild.
Perpetuate stereotypes is what I think.
Yeah. And I will say this. You said we dress for functionality. I say most women don't dress for how they look to other people. Most women dress to how it makes them feel.
Sure.
Because I've made the mistake of saying... you look cute, what's it matter what other people think? Mm-hmm. Which, not a bad thing to say, but it also kind of insinuates the fact that I thought they were dressing to impress somebody else, when really they're just dressing because they want to feel good. They want to feel a certain
here's
way.
the difference, though. Are they asking your opinion on it?
No. But maybe they were like complaining that they had nothing to wear or something like that. You know what I mean? Or nothing feels right now. Nothing looks good. You know what I mean? Which I get that struggle being a bigger guy. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to wear this. I don't feel comfortable in it. But
I don't know when it like I can recall my ex-girlfriend complaining about like, I wish I could just like find something cute to wear. Like, who gives a fuck what other people think? Like, dress for your own comfortability. Don't fucking dress for... And it took her a while, but she eventually got there. Like, you don't need to dress to impress unless you're going to an event that, you know, we're just going to fucking Target. We're just going to fucking Kroger. Like, we don't, you know, you're just doing this. Like, it doesn't matter. Well, you just throw on anything and look fine. I'm like, yes, but you also do the same. You know what I mean? Like, I'm dressing because I'm comfortable and I have to wear a shirt. If I didn't have to wear a shirt, I wouldn't be wearing one. You know what I'm saying?
we all know Shorty don't want to wear no shirt.
No, fuck no.
All right, well, that's all we got for today. So in the meantime,
In the betweens time.
remember, be good or be good at it. Cue the music. We out.